is hotter than the surface of the sun. Well, maybe not quite that hot, but it is so hot outside. And what better way to cool off, to have a great meal, is to have a nice, crisp chicken Caesar salad for dinner. So I'm going to share that with you. So come on along and lean and green with me. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I am living in the light by documenting my weight loss journey, and I'm using Optavia's 5-in-1 program. So far I've lost 140 pounds on my goal to losing 150, and I couldn't be more excited to share my journey with all of my friends that I have made along the way. Now, as part of that journey, I eat a lean and green meal that I make for myself every day using food that I buy from the grocery store. It is just plain good, healthy food, and I love to come on and share these recipes with you because it doesn't matter whether you're trying to lose weight, if you just want to be healthy, these recipes are great. Before I show you the ingredients in my recipe though, would you please just scroll down a little bit and give this video a thumbs up? It's just a very small, easy way that you can do to just encourage me and to support my channel. It also helps my videos to show up for other people as well. So I would really appreciate that thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you would consider subscribing, that would also mean a lot to me as well. I like to post lots of healthy videos, lots of encouragement, lots of just ideas on how you can get healthy and stay healthy. And if you're interested in transitioning, I am going to be hitting that very soon. In the next probably 6 to 8 weeks, I will be transitioning off of the 5-in-1 into a lifestyle of health to maintain the weight loss that I will have achieved by the time I get there. Let me tell you what I've done already. Caesar salads are super simple. It's typically lettuce, chicken, dressing, croutons, which we're not having, and Parmesan cheese, which you can have. And most Parmesan cheese does fall into the reduced fat category. As long as it has between 3 and 6 grams of carbs, it would be considered a reduced fat cheese. And a lot of the hard cheeses fall into a reduced fat category. The very first thing that I did this morning is I went ahead and I cooked my chicken, and I'll show you the aftermath. The chicken is in the fridge and it's fine. This is my big cast iron skillet. What I did this morning was I heated my oven with the skillet in it to 425 degrees. And I let it sit at 425 for about 20 to 30 minutes because I wanted to make sure that my skillet was super, super hot. And then I just took thin cut chicken breasts, you want to call them chicken cutlets, just plain chicken breast. You can take a chicken breast and cut it horizontally, butterfly it, but just plain chicken breasts. And I laid those into my super hot skillet about 10 minutes. Then I flipped them over and did another 10 minutes, and they are already cooked. I don't have to use my oven again today in this heat, and that's wonderful. I do have to clean that pan though, but I needed to wait until it cooled off. So my chicken is ready. All I have to do is cut up my lettuce, but I'm going to make my dressing. And this dressing is going to make several servings. In fact, it's going to make 10 2-tablespoon servings. Each of those 2 tablespoons accounts for a healthy fat because it falls into the healthy fat parameters. So I will have my chicken taken care of. I will have my greens taken care of. So my lean, my green, my healthy fat because chicken requires a healthy fat. And then my condiments, I'm going to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese to my salad, and that is going to be 1 condiment. And then I still have 2 condiments that I haven't used. Maybe I'll throw a little black pepper on there. Who knows what I'll end up doing. But let me show you how to put this together. I'm going to do it in a NutriBullet just because it'll be easier that way. I'm going to start out with 1/4 cup of reduced fat mayonnaise. I like Duke's. You do the kind that you like, but 1/4 cup. Just going to scrape that in there. And then 1/2 cup of fat-free Greek yogurt. And then comes the fun stuff. I am going to use the same spoon. I'm going to do this in the order I have it on my list so I don't forget anything. I have 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, and that's going in there. I am going to do 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then I have 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Then I have 1 teaspoon of anchovy paste, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, however you want, it's Worcestershire is how it's pronounced. A teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup of reduced fat Parmesan. I'm going to use more on my salad later, but some goes into the salad dressing. I have 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, and 2 tablespoons of water. And then I'm just going to pop my lid on here. And pop it on my NutriBullet and just let it go. All right, it's all done. I got my spatula here because I want to make sure I scrape out all of that lovely goodness. Now, how do I know that this, oh goodness, how do I know that this fits into the healthy fat parameters? I use a recipe calculator. I happen to like the site called Happy Forks. And the great thing is you can go on there and you can enter, I'm gonna give it a stir from the bottom and make sure that everything gets mixed in there. You can enter all of your ingredients, tell it how many servings you want it to make, and it will give you all of the macros for that recipe. So I knew I needed 2 tablespoon servings, and so 2 times 10 is 20, and I know that's how much this actual recipe has in it as far as volume goes. So I know, let me just give it a little taste. But that's gonna be really good. So I know based on the healthy fat parameters, which say that for a healthy fat, it needs to have between 45 and 60 calories. So at least 45 calories. If yours has less than 45, it's not gonna fit. So it has to have at least 45 calories. It can't have any more than 60 calories. So 45 and 60, remember that 4, 5, 6. So 45 to 60 calories, 4.5, there are those numbers again, to 6 grams of fat. So there has to be at least 4.5 grams of fat, and there can't be more than 6 grams of fat. So when I first did this recipe, it only came up with 3 grams of fat. So I actually added some olive oil to it to make sure, and I added a little bit more mayonnaise to the original recipe that I was following. And that helped to bring the fat up to where it needs to be. So this recipe actually has 60 calories, so that's the top end of the limitation. So it worked right there. It's actually 58, but I'm rounding it to 60 just because it's easier. It has 1 gram of protein, which you don't really need to think about as far as a healthy fat goes. It has 5 grams of fat. So it is right there. That 5 grams is actually the recommended number that you should have for a healthy fat, but you can have as little as 4.5 or as many as 6 grams of fat. If it's less than 4.5, it doesn't have enough fat. That's why like fat-free cheese is not a good thing, because it doesn't have the fat that it needs to have. It has 2 grams of carbs. It's just a little under 2 grams of carbs. And for a healthy fat, it can't have any more than 5 grams of carbs. So this fits perfectly into the program. 2 tablespoons is going to be my healthy fat. And trust me, when I make the salad, and I show you how I make the salad, you will see that 2 tablespoons is a great amount of dressing to have with my salad. So once it is getting close to dinner time, I'm going to show you how I construct my chicken Caesar salad. So this is 5 ounces of romaine. That equals my 3 greens right there. 2 tablespoons of the dressing is my healthy fat, so that's going to go on there. I really should just like have a spatula and scrape it out, right? And if you put it into a container with a lid and you shake it up, you'll distribute all of that dressing all around the lettuce. And then everything, you don't miss not having a lot of salad dressing. And then I'm gonna dump the 2 tablespoons of the reduced fat Parmesan and just give that another shake. Remember, that's my condiment. So my chicken has a condiment worth of seasonings. This has a condiment. So I have one more condiment I could have. If I wanted to add some pepper to my salad, I could. I'm gonna dump this in here. I'm gonna top it with my 6 ounces of chicken that I weighed out already. And there is my, I think I'm gonna put some black pepper on there as my other condiment. I mean, it won't even be a whole condiment worth, but it looks pretty. So there we have the chicken Caesar salad. I hope you'll give it a try. Remember, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments box below. And until I see you next time, please live in the light.